Hey there friends, I'm Andrew from the Scrap Box, and I found this box while thrifting. I gotta clean off the little price tag thing. It's $1.49. Now this box is a little beat up in some parts, but overall it looks really good, and I thought to myself, I said, Self, you could put something really cool in that box. And then I didn't, for like 2 years. That's right, this has been sitting on my desk for about 2 years. But to celebrate spooky season, I started to rewatch one of my favorite classics, Over the Garden Wall, and I figured today we can make a little Over the Garden Wall diorama. So let's get to it.
Yes, sir, Captain.
Today we're making minifigures of Wirt, Greg, and a bunch of little extras. And we're gonna contain them in one little box.
Yes.
Don't forget to like and subscribe as we're so close to 75K. Now back to it. Gregory is Wirt's younger half-brother. Greg is silly,
Yeah.
caring,
Hello.
and does the most terrible things imaginable. And we love him for that. Greg is a kid, so we're using short legs. Now, I don't have any in sand green, but this paint can make quick work of that. Ooh. Hopefully those bubbles can be fixed. Moving on. I am basing his torso off this Lego piece here to make sure it keeps with the Lego aesthetic. Of course, we'll be changing the color of the overalls and shirt and adding a dark ribbon before moving on to the back. Now we all know Greg is the most cheerful person in the universe, so we've got to give him an excited face.
Ain't that just the way?
Now this headpiece... Lego has a teapot piece and short brown hair. But we'll have to go into Blender to fuse them together. Now every Blender project starts with a cube that must be destroyed.
Cursed cube, be gone!
And now that that's taken care of, we can grab our teapot and our hair, flip the teapot over, and work our magic to make Greg's hairpiece. Let's send it off to the printer. We've got a print that the camera refuses to focus on. It fits the test head, so all I have to do is remove the supports and paint it. It's looking good, but hold on. It's perfect. Let's take a final look at Greg. Greg looks pretty good. I was worried that such a stylized character would be impossible to portray in Lego, but I think we pulled through. The hairpiece is nice, and I painted white socks and his shoes, and well, it's hard to see a character with a teapot on their head and not know it's Greg. I will say I really missed out because I forgot he had a satchel and didn't include one, but all in all, he's a great figure. So there we have our charmingly adorable, hardly ever despised little brother Greg. Which means, of course, it's time for the older sibling, Wirt. Wirt is the older sibling of the dynamic duo. He's serious,
Greg, I think we're lost.
poetic,
Upon a winding river.
and often a contrarian.
Oh, no. See, I'm a pushover, remember?
But he gets the job done. He's a teen, so he gets mid-legs. And though his suspenders are single lines in the show, I'm designing his torso with suspenders of more realistic thickness. For Wirt's face, we're gonna give him a more serious and uncertain expression to match his attitude throughout the show. And for those of you who don't know, I currently use water slide decals, which you print, dunk in water, and then they transfer onto your items. Wirt's cloak was a challenge as it wraps all the way around him. I used a dark blue fabric, which I treated with Mod Podge and water. Then I tried to freehand a design that would drape over the figure's shoulders. It didn't turn out too bad, so I set to painting the inside red and made a final few alterations. For Wirt's hair, I started with this messy hairpiece, then sculpted on a gnome hat. It's simple and perfect. It was printed and painted, and then I put the whole figure together. I love how Wirt came out. His torso is amazing, his painted legs are simple and well put, and his hair hat combo is the best. My only downside is I cut warp holes in the cape just like in Lego capes, but they were a little too large and it's definitely noticeable. Still an amazing figure overall. Okay, so we finished Wirt and Greg, which means it's finally time to make a little diorama so we could put them in the box. That was terrifying. If I had dropped this, that would have been it. I kept the design for the diorama really simple, designing individual trees for the box almost like a shadow box, and then adding extra little details such as a blue bird for Beatrice and a little green frog for Jason Thunderburger. Now you might be wondering, Andrew, why didn't you make a custom Beatrice and a custom Jason Thunderburger? And that's mostly because, well, time. I try to get one of these out per week just for you guys, and I've got a very packed schedule. So it's really nice, and I feel really lucky that I have so much support from my friends on Patreon. Wonderful supporters that you can see here have signed up, and they get things like decals for all the custom figures and 3D models for things like Wirt and Greg's hair. So once again, thank you to everybody who signed up for my Patreon. I finished up the diorama by adding another tree, some plants, and then the strangest tree ever.
We should talk.
And now I get to place Greg and Wirt, and hold on, something's missing. Can't finish the diorama without some rock facts. Nice. The base is built, and I've cut some yellow poster board for the back. So let's put it together. Or I guess I should say take it apart, then put it back together. Just gotta slowly slide it in. That looks really good. That's incredible. And I think I'm going to put it right here, at least for now. Let me see how it looks. And I'll figure out where it goes. So there you have it. A wonderful diorama of our two siblings heading through the unknown, trying to find their way back home. Now, before I go, I just wanted to remind you to do all the basic algorithm things, like and subscribe. That's how I know that I'm doing a good job. And please let me know what you want to see next. Whether it's more Over the Garden Wall characters, or in celebration of fall and spooky season, what other spooky shows or movies would you like to see? Alright, I've been Andrew, you've been watching The Scrap Box, and last, and possibly most important, if you ever discover a strange miniature doll version of yourself hiding in a cupboard, move far, far away. Okay, bye.